Well, good morning, tubes, and she's nice and early-ish. Want to get out and do some early morning weed whacking just before it starts to get the sun up too high and get super wicked hot. So, but anyways, probably won't film any of that. Weed whacking is kind of boring and stuff. But gotta open the gate and get to work. Come on, buddy. There you go. And it is open all by itself. Well, I haven't got really anything planned today for you. It's just gonna happen as it happens, I guess. But I gotta change the ooh, bird nest. Big bird nest. I got to put some more stuff on the Dewey here, so we'll just get rid of the last little bit that's there. Get our bucket of new stuff. And then just to make sure you guys are in the shot here. Pretty good. Okay, so there's a couple of these little Deweys there you gotta line the line up into, little holes there. So I always start with this side first. I can't tell if you guys can even see that. Start with this side first, so that when you're done you can snap her into the Dewey there to hold it for you while you do the other side. So get this shoved down in here. There's actually two lines or two holes here. You can start either side. And once I get this stuff down in the hole good enough here, you gotta actually hold it like this and then wind backwards to which way the stuff went in the thing. So, and then you start winding, and don't let go. There she goes, doing like crazy. I usually fill her up till about, you know, the top of that center little Dewey there. My stuff's getting jammed on me. And this is 105 thou stuff I'm running here. That's probably actually pretty good there. Go maybe to the next hole here and pull her down in there. Now I'm going to show you a really cool trick here. If you got a fairly decent knife with you to cut this stuff, put her in like that, like a pair of cutters, and clip her. Look at that, eh? Worked awesome. Alright, so we'll do the same. Now you really want to watch you don't hit this piece here. It'll flop out of that thing and then she'll be all over the place. So I've done her a few times. So we'll shove that in and wind you up this side. Now this will last me the one big section back there, depends how thick the grass is around the monuments and stuff, but it'll last me, probably have to fill it up twice, but the fuel only usually, well, I usually top it up anyways, but put that in there and clip it. Works good, eh? So there we go. Now we got to get her inside here. You want to make sure it's fairly clean in here for so it feeds okay. And I'm gonna try to do this upside down, but you got these little Deweys here that you gotta stick your line in, so you may not be able to see much, but I'll show you after here. So stick that side in and push her down, and there's little locker tabs there. That side sort of come out. Push this side in. Okay, look at that. So let me show you how that worked here. Something sort of like that. So you gotta lock her in with this little tab thingy down there. You can kind of see it, and line up your Deweys, and then we just need to snap on our top cover here now. Line up. Still another bird nest in there. I was weed whacking the water tap the other day there, and like the water coming out, it was all over the place. Felt really nice. And so these little tabs got to line up down there and line lock in down below. So we'll get that in there. You got to squeeze a little bit too. Like that. Something like that. Push her down. Push her down. It's much easier with two hands. Like that. And like that. Now you got to push down here and release your dewey there. Now when you tap and go, it'll start feeding out. Pretty cool, eh? Alright, we're all done weed whacking, and all grassy there, as you can tell. Kind of coated in grass, and yeah, it'll just blow off with the air gun thingy. This thing there works good. But anyways, I got something kind of gross to show you, and you know, it's a thing of life, but it's kind of gross. But anyways, let's show you. Alright, so working out in this nice heat, you know, of course, a guy my size, you know, all this extra insulation, get a bit sweaty and stuff, and happens, you know. 90% of the frickin' sweat I do, though, comes out of my head. So basically what I do is take one of these little towels, and, you know, I feel it starting to drip, I'll just strip it all down and then start, you know, off, and away we go. But anyways, the towel, sometimes if you're really sweating, gets kind of drenched, as this one kind of is. Pretty nasty. And I only brought one towel with me like this, so what I had to do out there is get my portable dryer going. And basically you just want to wring out as much as you can by hand. Yeah, that's all pure. And we'll get our dryer here. Hang on a sec. So believe it or not, this is my dryer, and you want to start it up if you didn't already have her going. And you basically put your dewey over the exhaust like this. Basically like that, until it comes a bit drier, which it's a little bit drier. She's a little bit drier, she's not quite so sweaty, so it kind of smells like exhaust a little bit. Where the heck are yous? Where the heck are yous? Oh, I know, my dewey didn't flip over. There we go. I was going the wrong way. So basically you just strip her down and then, you know, start sweating her off again. So she's, you know, gonna get all wet again and drip her out again. Now she's drier. And take off again. Kind of smells like two-stroke, but, you know, smells like the old snowmobile. So, but anyways, I didn't actually, I'll just hang this up to dry again. Yes, I will probably use it again. It's a little bit crustier and crunchier next time around, but actually no, I don't usually use them again. I'll actually wipe my hands with greasy stuff with that after, but I got like a, you know, box of new ones there. But yeah, anyways, I didn't have to fill line. I had to fill gas though, which I thought was interesting because I usually run out of line before I run out of gas. So let's use here. We'll crack this open. We'll see how far we got her down. And oh, not too bad yet. You know, we got about 3 or 4 wraps still left there. That one's done though. The bottom one's done. Just pop this out of here again. She'll probably go flying, but oh yeah, I was right on the last one on the bottom one, so that's sweet. You get a little bit extra on the top, so that works out pretty good. But yeah, but she works good. I did run out of gas, so I've actually got to mix up some more gas too now. I'm out of gas in my can now too. I just had enough left over just to give her a little drink and finish up like the last 2 rows. So anyways, what I do normally for this is go in the back here. We'll grab a little juggy thing of oil, and let's turn some lights on too so we can see what the heck we're doing. Alright, so we take the gas can over here, and then I think it's this drawer. We got some oils. We need one oil. Okay, now main thing is you want to make sure you get rid of these little dewies. anything that might come loose and fall in your can. Okay, now we got to get this off. Or not. There we go. What the heck? Put that on Hercules or somebody. And basically I just set her up on a Dewey like that and pour it in and let her sit. Yes, I am using official still oil in my trimmer. Why is that not sitting up there? That's a little bit better. And I just let her drain a couple hours, come back, fill her up with gas to the 5 liter, and you're 50 to 1. Friggin' right. So anyways, coffee's here. I'm gonna head back for coffee and we'll check at you in a few minutes. Alrighty, so we are trimmed, we are cut. We cut another big section back there, so I think all sort of together, all said today, I've probably driven, I know that one's 6.5 kilometers, probably almost 10 kilometers today. I've been driving mowing grass, so holy cow, we are mowed. But anyways, you can't sort of see me, but you can see we got the old Buick there up on jack stands, and I wanted to get her up super high. Got to do a job that I've been sort of kind of putting off for quite a while, and that is a transmission hydraulic oil change. So we got to pop the hood, we got to get the crap out of the trunk, and we got to start taking her apart. I don't know if you'll be able to see or not, but last time I did an oil change on this, had a little bit of a boo-boo. That this bar right here is where I jack it up by, and then I put the stands under her, right, like I got her here. Something happened, I don't know what. Well, I kind of sort of do know what. When you drain out the filter here, it drains all down on that stupid bar. Makes a big mess. So I guess maybe the last time I changed oil, I didn't wipe her down or let her drip dry kind of thing, and I guess when I was jacking her up the last time, she slipped off of there, and the jack came, the head of the jack, because it was halfway up, came right up through this space here, jammed into the air conditioner lines. I'm like, no! And kind of smushed the air dammy thing down there, this sort of plasticky thing. And then these fans got a little bit hurt too on the bottom. I don't know if I'll be able to show you any more of that down there, but they got kind of smushed, so I had to kind of break a bit more out and make clearance for the fans to turn, because it was not turning. I'm like, that's not good. She seems okay now, but one of them things, but at least I wasn't underneath her. But anyways, we got her jacked up and jack standed, and I've got those things I can drive on too that'll get her up, but I kind of needed her to get her up super high here, so they only go up so high, and then you're at a Dewey. So anyways, this thing has actually been leaking for a while. You can see she's all wet, right? Now, I'm really hoping it's leaking there and not somewhere else. She looks, this is engine oil here. I can tell by the color of it because it's like black. But back in here, there's this stuff, which is sort of cleary, kind of, well, it's kind of road gooey now, but a little red to it, right? So I know that's tranny fluid. And I can see it leaking here, so I guess it must be leaking out of the gasket that's up in there. But hopefully, like, I don't see anything wet further up, so I think we're okay. But a while back there, when I was actually, last time I changed the oil, I come and kind of tighten these up just a hair bit more, and I don't think it super really helped. But I guess maybe the gasket is probably dried out or something. That thing's not, it's supposed to be closed, but you know what? That's okay, because look right where those stupid things clip. She's all rusty. Isn't that an awful design? But yeah, anyway, so holy cow, both my things are busted off. No wonder she's making noises. There's supposed to be some big rubber deweys holding that pipe up there. Holy frig. Ah, it's not one thing, boys. She's 1,000. See where those clips are there? Rust. I think those are fuel lines too. These other little ones are brake lines, I know that. But holy frig, stupid. I know they got to secure them to the car, but like, really put a special sort of Dewey there. Make the line out of stainless steel like the Jeeps use. Is that such a big deal?
God, I'd pay an extra $100 just for that. Like, holy cow. Oh, well, I guess there's a lot more into here than I got to do than I can see, but she's starting to rust, boys. But for 2000 and what is this one? 2005. She's really not too bad yet. For 136,000 K, I think we got on her. But anyways, I'm gonna probably set yous up down in here somewhere, and we'll find the correct Dewey we need for taking these off. I'm gonna do them by hand, I think. I got all the tools, you know, but I'd rather do them by hand, I guess. And we'll let her drain out for a bit. I don't think there's honestly a whole lot left in there, because I checked her this morning on the stick there, and it was nothing on the stick. I'm like, oh, you think the stupid thing would be flashing you a thing saying, hey, doughhead, your thing's almost gone. But no, she just goes until she blows probably. But anyways, we'll get you set up here, and I don't know where, maybe over here even, wherever the light's going to be the best, I guess, and we'll start tearing. Okay, so 10 mil looks like the weapon of choice. A little 1/4" 10 mil here. So since the car's leaning this way, what I want to do, if I can, is take all these ones out to a certain point. I'll leave these ones sort of up, and well, actually, I might be better to take these ones out, leave these ones till the last here, and then slowly take those ones out, and then the pan will kind of hopefully drop down and the all out, you know. 30 more cents too. We could have had a frickin' whatchamacallit there for draining, but oh no, can't be doing that. Anyways, here we go. Try to keep our screws clean, even though they're kind of scrimey right here. Let's see what we can do here. I imagine the gasket's probably, you know, dried out or something, or who knows what, you know, but hopefully that's what it is, because I can't really see past much more. It's not like something above, like a line or a crack in the casing, because that would be bad. And I know it's not because it's overfilled, because there's nothing on the stick and it's all over my driveway. And I don't know how long it's been doing this for, but seems like quite a while. It's only really been this year I've really noticed it though, so I think it's probably just the gasket. And I bet you the it's never probably been changed since new, so like filter wise, and we got all that too. And this is even a special fluid for this. I'll show you that after. I think it's special stuff from the auto parts store. Apparently it's something different or something, I don't know. But I said, well, give me enough for changing fluid, because we're going to be changing her and dumping her out. I says, I'm not flushing it though. I know that's another thing you can do, is flush it, but I ain't got all the special dewies for that. I see it starting to drip already. So we're going to have to move back the pan ready here. And of course my jack stand's in the way. Isn't that always the way, eh? See, it's starting to come dripping here now, right? So I really don't want to get this all in my face, because it's not, well, it's not hot. It's been sitting here since I had my coffees this morning, but she's warm still, so still really don't want to be wearing that. Man, they sure like to put bolts on her too, I guess, to keep her from leaking too, right? But you think they'd by now rigged up a little bit more better way of doing this. You know, instead of having this pan that's gonna leak, it's going to where'd I go here? Instead of the pan that's gonna leak, it's you know, have it like the car filters, right? Like the engine filters, I'm sorry, yeah, or you could just replace that. Imagine having to do this just to change the engine oil every time. Holy frig. That would suck. Ooh. I think we're going to be into a little bit of a nightmare here in a sec, boys. By the sort of looks of things here, she's all of a sudden going to let go. Yeah, there she goes. Well, we'll just let her do its thing maybe for a wee bit here. Just this one little screw here that she started to let go, eh? So tighten that back up again. It stops. Not funny, eh? But that's okay. We'll let her go. Most of it's getting in the pan, so that's good. She is a dark color, I'll tell ya. That's not good. But it doesn't smell burnt. So that means it hasn't burnt the bits and dewies that are in the tranny as of yet. So. Okay, I think we're all clear to there. I don't really want to let too much more out yet. Let her down. Yeah, like a nice little drain plug, wouldn't that have been nice? Instead of all this freaking raining on us here, like that's kind of stupid. I think, anyways. Whoa, that let her go a bit. So what I'm going to do when I put this back together is I'm going to clean up all the surfaces real good, go over it with some brake cleaner, degreasing stuff right along the sealing surface, along the edge, both things. And I'm going to put some of my blue, what do you call it, gasket sealer maker stuff on. I'll show you that after too. And I'm going to put the gasket on, and then on the transmission surface I'm going to put some more of that blue stuff, so she'll have a real good seal. And hopefully she'll never leak again on me. Well, I guess we're not going to have any trouble separating this one. Hopefully you guys aren't getting oily over there. I don't think you are. It's not really dripping over there, so. Well, we just got, I think, the back ones here now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6, and then I haven't really released this one quite yet. I think we probably can get on her now. And she should be good to come down. We can have a look inside of the stuff in there. Yeah, see, instead of all this raining and showering like this, one little plug down, wouldn't that be nice? You can actually do it too. You can, well, there's a special name for it. You drill a hole in your pan, you put this thing through, and then on the top there's another lock nut that goes down, that locks down through onto it, and there's a drain bolt thing through the center of this thing. There's a special name for them, I just can't think of it off the top of my head right now. But it wouldn't be a super bad idea. Alright, if I was thinking too, I could have jacked her up kind of on her side a bit too, you know, so the stuff maybe would have leaked that way a bit better, more better, but we're getting there. We're getting there. Sort of loosen these. Oh, that opened her up a bit. Oh, there was still a fair bit still in there. So you guys are getting splashed, but I'm gonna move you. There, that's a little more better. Even better light, I think, too. So yeah, you can get those plugs, which would be kind of nice. Whoa, now she's going. Oh, it's a red color, but it's not supposed to be like a brown red color. so which is sort of leading me to think that it's probably never been changed. Well, you can see that really let her down there, eh? Watch this, ready? Back up. That drops her down a bit. So yeah, this car's, you know, she's got a few miles on her. It's got 100 and, oh, I think it's actually closer to 140 now on it. 140,000 on her. Been to the East Coast and back 3 times, so each way of that is 1,800 km. So she's had a wee bit of driving, you know. Yeah. Well, the gasket just fell off the transmission housing. So she's not going to be a problem getting that off either, I guess. Be sort of interesting to see that, though, whenever we get her down. This one here I can probably take right out now. She's sort of drained into that corner, so that's good. Like I was saying, I got all the, you know, power tools, the air tools to take these things off nice and fast, but I'm not, you do that and then you end up taking these things off too quick and then you get freaking soaked. So you gotta go super easy with them. These ones over here can probably come out now. Get her leaning that way a bit more and then drain the rest of the pan. Because you gotta remember too, yeah, she stopped leaking when she stops leaking here, but then you've got, I won't let it come out. And you got this lip of the pan that's still filled with stuff, right? But regardless, I'm still getting covered in the stuff. Not much you can do about her. Once I get the pan down here, we'll just let her sit here, and I'll go for some lunch. Have some lunch, and then I'll come back and I'll get the I'll let her drip over lunch, right? And then I'll come back and we can change the filter on it. Now what you got to do is take the last bolt out here and hold her up as best you can, or you're gonna get showered on. Get her out, get her out, get her out. Arm's getting tired, arm's getting tired. Okay, we're out. Okay, so support it. Bring her down slowly. And dump the rest into the pan as best you can. And try not to dump her right out, because you want to see if there's any bits and pieces in there that shouldn't be in there. So there's your filter. Weird looking thing. The rest of the stuff here, that looks like the pump. I don't know. It's pretty nice and clean. One good thing. There's the, I'll show you that in a sec once it stops dripping, but see the hole for the dipstick. And this one doesn't look like there's adjustments on it, but sometimes you can adjust these bands, they call it, and it's shift bands. I don't really know much about them, but basically when it's going from first to second gear, the first gear stuff's spinning, well, this band closes to stop that gear, and then it starts the second gear, right? Now, I don't know how these ones work. They're all different now, of course, but anyways, we'll let her drip off over lunch, and then we'll be back and we'll have a look inside here. Alright, so just before we head for lunch, I'll show you the new filter. I'll leave her wrapped up until we're ready to go. Man, how the heck does that attach? I guess I'm gonna have to school myself a bit on that too. Like, usually there's a couple of bolts that go through, but what the frick? Huh. I don't know. Maybe it just pulls off, maybe it's held on by the pan. I don't know, but there's the new gasket. And it just actually feels like a rubber, like a rubbery stuff, so I bet you that other one's dried out. And I'm still gonna probably put my goop on it, but here's the oil I had to get, fluid. and it's a Dextron 4, whatever the frick that means. Viscosity upper, I guess. So Dextron 4 ATF, approved for H specification, and whatever that means too. I'm not too schooled up on myself on that either, but I guess it's a different type or different thing, I don't know. But anyways, we'll let her drip dry and we'll head for lunch, and we'll be right back. Well, we managed to get the filter off. Just sort of crawling underneath, see what was going on there, and it's kind of a weird one. It's all it is that holds it is this thing goes into like a rubber dewey into the transmission, and I guess the rest is just kind of held up by the pan. Whenever she goes in, you can see where she was sitting, resting on the pan. So she sits in there like that, mushes into the thing, and then that's it. It's kind of sort of cheesy, really, but we got that out anyways. We're just having a look at the pan here. We're going to clean her up. It's got a bit of roady grime stuff on her, so you want a nice sealing surface. We'll have to clean that up, but then we're looking in here for more residue-y sort of stuff. It's just like normal wear stuff. It looks pretty good. And then down here, of course, there's a little magnet dewey there that catches all the real good stuff. The real bits of inside transmission parts that, you know, if there's big chunks on there, I'd be really worried, but it looks like it's just creamy stuff, so it's still magnetized. Magnetivity is this the way. So this thing should come right off. And yeah, we'll be able to clean that up a little more better. Make sure she goes back on in the corner up there. And basically just want to sop her out and clean up all the old gooey stuff. And clean her up nice and clean. Get rid of some of this oil that's still sitting in here. And just check her for, you know, any holes or anything. It didn't seem to be leaking that part of the pan. It just seemed to be leaking around the gasket. Now this is apparently, this one's a lot rigider than my new one, so this is apparently a reusable gasket. Now I won't be probably reusing it because I got that other one, but it's silicone based. It feels like it's got a metal core too, so I'm wondering if that's why it leaked, because of these things. Basically that's all it is just a little skinny thing of rubber there. If any of that gets weird, but it's a rigid one, right? It's, whereas the other one's like floppy, it's going to be a friggin' nightmare to get in there. But anyways, we'll do some preliminary cleaning here. And you got that's a pretty good towel there. It's not a brand new one, so don't mind getting her soaked with a bit of oily stuff. And we'll get this cleaned up. And we'll have a look at the tranny inside there. Make sure. Oh, there we go. Make sure that it's all good in there. There's nothing hanging where it shouldn't be and stuff. It seemed to all come apart pretty good, so I'm pretty confident that we're good. So we'll get this all cleaned up, and we can start putting her together, filling her up, and seeing if we haven't wrecked something. Hopefully we haven't, but I think we'll be alright. But anyways, and I'll show you the other, where this thing mounted in and stuff. It was holding quite a bit of oil too. I got a bit soaked all down my arm, but nice and silky smooth now, so friggin' cool. Alright, magnet's fairly clean, and actually it's a flexible magnet. It's like the ones sort of like you see on like your fridge or something. Kind of weird, but works good. And I got the pan hanging up here. I just gave her a final, I actually took a little bit of emery paper and went all around the outside because you could feel a little bit of a ridge. So we got that all smoothed down again. I'm going to put that back in there. Should be good to go. And I gave her a, you know, a psh with the brake cleaner. Get the last bit of skyim off her. And we did that side and that side. So this would be a good time too, if this was getting rusty and crappy looking, to give her a coat of primer, paint, and a BILLSTMAXX sticker. But no, I'm not going to put one of those on. I'm just kidding. But anyways, everything else is good out here for now. Just got to run the kids up to get some more drilling done in their heads there at the dentist. So we're going to see if I can yank out. Oh yeah, there's the new Dewey, and it come with another dewey loose in here, which I think is probably, oh, that's the rubber dewey, yeah. So that should probably be replaced as well. I'll have to try to yank that out afterwards. Another good thing to do is when I get back and the pan's dry is make sure that's the same gasket, so match her to the pan. And what I'm going to do at that same time is put my blue gooey stuff on there, and we'll you know, get that sort of stuck down to the pan. So you're not fighting with a curled up thing when you're trying to put her back on. You can just put the pan back up, hold her up there and get some bolts in her, and you're good to rock. But anyways, oh, need some of them. How timing that was, eh? But anyways, let's just crawl underneath here and have a look again. And I kind of messed up all my bolts there, I guess, when I was moving the pan back and forth here, but actually a fair bit of oil in this thing. I'm really trying not to drop you guys in there because that would really suck for cameras. And I want to, I don't know if I got a clear jar of some sort in there, but I want to see what that looks like. But, alright. So, that's where the filter was jabbed in there. And I can feel that dewey in there, but honestly, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get that out of there. It was jammed in there so super good, I could hardly move it. Oh, I was mistaken. There's the dipstick right there, not that one. Oh, my mistake. That one there's the dipstick. I can see the little knob at the end of the dipstick sticking out there. And this thing here, I don't know what it is, but it must be a little dewey, or maybe that's the level sensor or something. I don't know. Doesn't seem to really do anything except a little bit of spring pressure there, but I'm not too sure. She's a little skimy, but I gave her a little wiping too, like all these. Oh, we just got dripped on there. Get that off of there. All these lines here were all skimed up too, right? So I kind of washed them, wiped them off a bit. You don't want to spray your brake cleaner up in here though. Just leave her just like that. And you can wipe at it, wipe the surface and stuff, but don't spray anything in there. So that's not good for it. But anyways, I hear doors slamming up there, so they must be ready to go to get their heads drilled out again. And when we get back, we'll start putting her back together and filling her back up, and we'll be good to go. Alright, so this isn't a beautiful necklace I'm wearing here. This is the new gasket. But anyways, what we're going to do now is clean up our work area first. Now these are kind of nasty sort of rags, so I'm going to put them in a special spot to dispose of them, kind of thing. I'm going to put them right there, so remember to take them out. Okay, now we can get our pan nice and clean, just like it come out of the dishwasher. I guess you could throw that in your dishwasher if you really wanted to. And she feels good. A little bit scrimey still there, but I'm gonna give her maybe one little wipe off. Alright, so get you guys situated a little better there. You nearly fell off the cabinet. This is a good time now to take your new necklace and make sure that she is the right one. What is going on here? I think that's it there. That looks a little better. And make sure that all your holes line up, because sometimes that'll happen too. I've got these kits before and they had 3 different gaskets in them. And they were actually a cork gasket. Now they don't seem to make them like that anymore. Everything looks good there. Lovely. Okay, so we're going to get our blue stuff now. And it's like a silicone-y kind of gooey stuff. And we're going to smother it down on the one surface. Okay, so you might have seen me use this stuff before. It's made by Loctite. And it's a high flex form in place gasket stuff. And it's good stuff, but the price isn't so great. You can believe that, from John Deere, of course, too. So they automatically probably stab on like another $85. Okay, so we know that gasket's good. I'm going to put her on as a necklace again. And we'll get this stuff. It's like toothpaste almost. Right down like this. So you don't want to put too much on, but enough that it makes like a nice little smear. Now this stuff's good because I've seen when we first got the 110 there, it had a little issue with the front seals off the front tires there. And this is what the guy used, this stuff. And it's like put this stuff down, put your Dewey together, clamp her together, you know, bolt it back together, fill her up with oil, and drive her. None of this waiting for overnight for it to dry or harden up. Or this stuff actually will seal and hold back oil pressures. Well, not pressures, but oils and stuff. And it will dry into like a silicone-y kind of stuff. It stays flexible like it said on the package. And it dries in the absence of air. So you can have this thing open like I did in the cupboard, but it's not going to dry. But as soon as the air and the oxygen, I guess, is out of the way, she'll start sealing up. So that's when you're tightening things down, right? She'll start to harden up from there. So it's really good stuff. Too bad it's so darn expensive, but I like using it because it gives you that little extra, you know, that you've helped her a little bit more here. So now this stuff's also good because if you noticed around the edge of the pan here, it was a little rusty and sort of crappy looking and stuff, and it'll actually kind of help keep that out and keep the rust down and stuff there too. So I guess we're pretty good. Got a little extra here. A little extra. Okay, so wipe off about 28 cents, 29 cents of stuff there. Okay, now we can make sure we got this going the right way again. Stupid thing. Okay, I think it was this way. So we can just start laying this thing down here. And nope. What am I missing, boys? I'm missing something here. That's the way, right there. And this stuff's good too because it'll also help. Well, this gasket's not bad, but the old cork ones, they used to be, you know, springy like, right? And it was a freaking nightmare. But this stuff will actually help to sort of hold your gasket in place before you get her together, right? So get all the holes lined up here as best we can. And there we go. Okay, now we can go out to the car. I'm going to leave this here for a sec. I guess no, I could actually take it with me now. And we're going to take this stuff with us. And right about there. And what else do we need out there? I think everything's okay out there. I did clean it off. I'll bring a towel this week just in case. And okay, we got that. We got the filter out there. We can go put her back together. Alright, so it probably should be replacing this thing in here too, but I'm not going to. I don't think it's going to make a huge deal. Get flipped around here a little bit. That basically was just sort of stabbed in here in this little hole. Like that. Pretty cheesy, and then it just rests like that. That's all I can see anyways. Not gonna go any more than that. I guess that's it. Kinda cheesy, really. Kinda cheesy. But I guess the pan comes up and pushes up on there and holds her up. Look, it's still dripping there, eh? Holy. But I don't think it's gonna go any more than that. I think that's it. I think that is it. Alright, so there is two ways you can do this. I think I'm going to do it the other way. Is you can blue goo this stuff here too, and then put your pan up. But I think I'm going to blue goo the other part of the pan, and then come back in here, and then we'll put her up and get her in, get her started that way. So anyways, I'm going to go blue goo the pan, and we'll be right back again. Alright, I think we're good. We'll get her started here. Got a couple bolts ready, so we'll get them through first. And whoa, Nelly. Cannot do anything with my left hand, I'll tell you. Apparently in my right hand. Holy jumping, what the heck? Okay, I think we got her started. Shouldn't really let her hang by any bolts there, but get another one in here somewhere. Let's make sure your gasket hasn't slipped on you. I think we're still good. Man. Okay, we're gonna have to tighten this one a bit more, I think. Okay, I think we're good now. Now I'm going to get underneath a bit more so I can get myself lined up a little better. And get this one started here, maybe. Okay, now we're good. Okay, all the holes are good. So, we got a whack of these to throw in now. And you're supposed to torque these to a certain amount too, but I actually don't have a torque wrench. That's something I should actually be picking up. So I'm just going to trust my instincts and go to a certain amount. Oh, here comes Dilly. For a little ride on the topsoil pile. How you doing, Dilly?
Good.
Hot, eh? Tell me about it. Alright, well I'll get these all slammed back in here. And then we'll just tighten them up. Alright, so I had to go grab a new little filter dewey, or a funnel dewey, holy. And it says made in Canada A, recycled,
from, I don't know what, but Markham, Ontario, not too far away. So
she's a little bit of a tight spot, so I wanted something with a long tube on it, right? So that should work pretty good. And we'll get filling that up with this stuff. Man, hopefully I got enough. There's what, 3, 4, 6 in there. Apparently that's what the guy said that needs to go back in there, so I'm gonna start filling her. Oh, and away we go. Alright, we're full, I think. We'll put the dipstick dewey back in. It's probably going to show really super high, but we still got to run it and get stuff flowing through things and stuff. Take it for a little drive, right? So, I imagine this will probably say, oh yeah, lots full. She's lots full right now, so we'll just take her for a little spin up the road and get her warmed up and stuff, and have a check at her when we get back. Alright, so we're just in neutral right now. Let things cycle around a little bit and stuff. Try stab it in reverse. Oh, it seems to be alright. And forwards. And away we go. Go for a little ride around maybe the cemetery first. And just make sure she's shifting and stuff. Yeah, seemed alright. Yeah, it's probably transmission change and fluid change and clean out and stuff like that. It's probably one of the most neglected things on everybody's car. So it's something you don't really think about, right? It's a sealed system. It's, you know, it's not like your engine oil where you got to do her every 5,000 K. You should probably do it, I don't know if it's every 10,000 or 15,000 or 20,000 or whatever, but something never get her done at all. Like, I think that was the original for this car, and that's like, well, give me a sec here. We can flick the deweys. Trip 154,000 is a lot more than I thought. Holy, 154,000 on this beautiful thing now. Beautiful thing. But she's starting to show her age. I seen underneath this too, the power steering little dewey underneath there, where there's like the boot and that goes out to the wheel. And the little boot was all wet and gooey too, so that's not a good sign. That means your seal in there, seals or whatever, is leaking, like the truck. Gonna need that too. Holy man, never ends, boys, never ends. But anyways, she seems to be driving good here. We'll get her out to the highway here, and we'll do a little tour up the highway and see how she is. Alright, so the very dangerous corner. Oh man, if you're going straight through here, you really gotta watch, because everybody will just turn right into you. Like that guy just in that truck there. I don't know if the camera caught that, but just turns, don't even look. So anyways, we're gonna juice her here a bit. Feels like it's hooking up pretty good. Shifting nice and smooth. This car is weird. Every once in a while, maybe you guys, if you know about these things or have one of these or whatever, I think it's a computer-related error, or issue, sorry. Every once in a while you'd be just driving along, whatever, come to a stop, like we're gonna say up here. And, you know, she changes down to the lower gears and stuff. All seems good, and then you take off. Then each gear goes through it, does like a hammers into the next gear, hammers into the next gear. It's really bad. Really bad. It's like, what the heck? But now I'm thinking it's computer related, shift patterning, whatever you call it, things, because as soon as you stop, put her in a gear, put her into park, shut it off, open the door, close your door, which, you know, turns off all the accessories and like the 10-minute delay thingy. Start it up, take off again, it's fine. It goes back to normal shifting, so I don't know, see if it does it here. No, we're pretty good there. But you can actually like feel it like shudder you. It's like, what the frick? You know, so it's quite a thing, you know, to figure it out what the heck it is, but I think it's something to do with the computer controlling the shifting and stuff. I know it's all computerized crap in this now, and it doesn't throw an engine code or anything. Everything seems to stay good there, so I don't know. Like, it doesn't happen all the time though. It only happens like maybe once a month, maybe once every couple of months when you're out doing something, you know. But I don't know, maybe changing the fluid might make a difference. Who knows? So anyways, we're gonna put some more log on the fire here. We're gonna juice her up to 100. Get in this lane because I'm gonna end up smashing into the back of that guy. And she seems to be running pretty decent. It's always sort of revved high, and actually I notice now it's revving a bit higher. If we go right at 100 here, slow down a bit, I'll put the cruise on. Okay, we gotta get up a bit now. When we first got this car, I'm not gonna get down again. You'd run it at about 100 and you'd be under the 2,000. Now it seems that if you're at the 100, it's revving a little bit higher than the 2,000. So I don't know what's going on with that there, but that also is really hurting the fuel economy a bit too, right? So, but I don't know, what do you do? 154, almost 155,000 on this thing, so I'm really not super too concerned about it, because if something's gonna blow on it or go on it or whatever, we'll just, you know, let her do its thing and then get something else like a Jeep. Maybe not likely, but my dream goal is to get some sort of Jeep, you know, brand new off the showroom floor, and first thing I do is take her through the river. Well, maybe I'd get her sprayed first, but first thing I do is take it through the river, you know, just to, you know, break her in and stuff, so, but, anyways, she seems to be running good here. I'm going to, find somewhere to turn around, probably way up there. You can see the hill up there. I don't know if you can see that or not, but we'll go up to there. That's called 15 Side Road. We'll turn around there and, hit her home and see if I can see level on the stick, and hopefully there's at least a bit there, and then we'll just have another look quick underneath there to see if it's, you know, not leaking anywhere, if we're all good there. So hopefully she's not leaking anywhere, and hopefully it's not going to leak anywhere. So anyways, let's get up here, turn around, we'll hit her home. Alright, so we're just going to turn around here, and buddy over there's probably wondering what the frick is he doing. Let's put some wood into her here. Oh, see that? That was more than friggin' awesome. Holy! That was frickin' cool. I seen a guy here on the way past doing a bit of Farm Sim Saturday. He's doing some Farm Sim Saturday. Holy. Sweet. But anyways, I was going to stop and watch him, but I guess we forgot. But I had a guy coming up pretty quick on my butt there, so I thought better get out of that. Better get out of there. So yeah, she seemed to hook up pretty good there. Didn't seem like it was slipping or nothing. So we poured the power to her, and she didn't fall apart either. So that's good. That's good. I think it's liking its new fluid. It's probably something I should be doing on the big truck too there, but I've got some other things to be doing there first. We gotta do them burlings on the front, and burlings, and I wouldn't mind doing some brakes on the front while I got it all apart there. Might as well put them on too. So I haven't got brake parts yet though, so I have to save up a few more pennies maybe and get some brake parts. They're not too bad for that thing, but I wouldn't mind actually doing calipers too, but I think we'll be good for now for that. So gonna get over here because we're gonna smash into these guys. Yeah, but anyways, we'll get home here and check our levels, make sure we're good and stuff, and I think we're gonna be fine. So I put 6 liters in there, so holy crap, that's not enough. Man, oh man, how much does it need? But anyways, yeah, don't imagine there'd be much else going on today. It's 4:04 already. Holy man. So we'll get this all edited up and stuff and fired up to the YouTubes for you for tonight. Hopefully she's up in good time. I'm super loving this new 10 meg upload speed I got. Holy man, it makes her a lot faster. Especially for the Farm Sim Saturday vids, you know, because they're like, 5.5, 6 gig. I can have that uploaded in about, what was it, 68 minutes, I think, the last one. That's pretty freaking good considering that size of file before would have been, 400 and something minutes, I think it was claiming. So that's a pretty darn good difference there. So, but anyways, enough flabble on my gums. We'll get home here, check the level, and hopefully we're all good to go. All right, we made her home. Didn't even get pulled over. Doing like 140, 150 along there. Just, you know, trying it out. Seemed good. Now, checking level on these things. I don't think it's going to tell me anywhere, but it's air conditioning crap. Sometimes you got to leave it in neutral, check your level. Sometimes you got to leave it in park, check your level. All cars seem to be different. I don't know why, but I'm just going to leave her in park and check my levels that way. So let's pull the Dewey out here again. Give her a wipe. And some you also check without even running. So this, sometimes they'll tell you on the Dewey, but this is more like a cable with a little Dewey on the end. So I don't know. But I also found this checker Dewey isn't very good here because it's so small. It doesn't really give you. See, I'm not seeing anything on that stick again. That's interesting. Very interesting. I have to do a bit of research because now I'm wondering if I got enough in there, but let's shut her off for a sec. We'll just let her sit a minute and let stuff settle back down and see if we get anything then. Alright, well, let's check the fluid levels here again. Pull her out. It looks like I got some now. So maybe this one you check while she is sitting there without running. I don't know. Doesn't make any sense to me, but yeah, I'm showing max now. So see the max there, the red on the max. So I guess that's good. We'll drive on with that. I'm happy. And as she starts making noises and falls out on the road, I know I was down a liter. But anyways, I guess we're good for today then. Well, I had a look underneath there and see if it was leaking. I couldn't hardly see anything because it's so freaking low to the ground. But anyways, we'll just have to watch the driveway, I guess, and see if we can see any new puddles forming. And if there is, I don't think it's going to be the pan gasket and stuff again, because that nice goopy stuff I put on, she'll be starting to set up soon, and we'll be good to go. So, but I think that's going to be her for today. It's 20 after 4 already. Holy cow! And let's see here now. I think my truck's parked there right now, so we're gonna have to park up here, and we're gonna call her a day. So, thanks for watching today and stuff, and helped me change the tranny fluid in the car. Seems all good. Hopefully the level's right. I'm gonna double check that to see if I can find any info on it. The owner's manual won't say anything probably. It'll just, well, it might, that'd be more like a service manual. The owner's manual will just tell you, oh, that's the dipstick, and that's about it. So we'll have to figure that out. We'll maybe do some Google researching on it and see what I can find out about it. So, but anyways, that's it for today. Tomorrow I got a couple of funerals. I got three cremated remains to bury, so I'm gonna probably be just swamped. I don't know if I'm gonna have time for doing like video stuff for yous, but one of these days I want to get swinging the steel over. Oh man, I didn't think about that. And get that moved over so I can get the stuff out. I want to get cutting the stuff for that rock picking bucket, cleaning bucket. And I thought another good use for that thing the other day was I was in the topsoil pile there, and it was starting to grow lots of crap and stuff in it, like topsoil normally does if you let her sit long enough, right? It'll grow weeds and garbage and stuff. And I thought, you know, something like a rock bucket would work good. You could just scoop in, take a load up, and then just do the shake thing to it, and all the dirt would fall out, but then the weeds and crap would stay in, and you could separate that, you know. Where now, as I just kind of tossed her and turned her around and ended up burying the stuff back in, so there's going to be little weedy dead things in the next, you know, while I'm digging in there again. So we need to get this rock bucket project kind of going. I can use that for separating the weeds from the good dirt, you know, and then it'll help kind of break up the lumps and stuff that I get in it too all the time. After it sits for a while, it gets big clumps and lumps and stuff. You could put that there and then start shaking her and banging her and stuff, and you know, with a loader up and down, and that'll break the lumps out of it and it'll all fall out, you know. So, and sort of would kind of work pretty good, I think. So we'll have to get going on that project fairly soon ish. Not in a super big hurry for it, but we still got pumpkins growing back there, and I haven't done you an update on them for a few days. Oh man, that hurt. Just got a bit of spasm in my back there. Ooh, did you hear that? It just kind of took my breath away for a second and it hurt that much. Ooh, that's awful. But anyways, yeah, pumpkin update. They haven't really changed much in the whole lot of few days there since sort of the last time. There's a couple of flowers that I was taking pictures of that were pretty huge, like the size of my hand. And two of the rows I noticed were stretching their vines out and almost touching each other. They're about this far from, you know, grabbing around each other and pulling for dear life, so that's kind of cool. But no real pumpkin developments yet, so hopefully they'll start up pretty soon, because we're running out of time here, you know. Like, this is the 20th of August, I think it is today, so, you know, there isn't really a whole lot of time left for those things to start growing their melon thingies and start swelling out to pumpkins. So I guess maybe once they do go, it'll be pretty quick, but I don't know. I never grew pumpkins before, so I don't know how long they take from you know, when they start to ball a pumpkin to the pumpkin, right? So but hopefully they're ready by Halloweenish, or they're not gonna be much good for anything then, right? Might try, you know, putting a sign out and selling some on the front, you know, front thingy here. Maybe, you know, a couple of bucks a pumpkin or something. People just love that, eh? Like a great big pumpkin for $2. Like, I'm not making money out of it. Like, I don't, you know, need a pumpkin patch to survive the winter, you know, kind of thing for money wise. So it's just more like fun, you know, and having fun growing them. So, but anyways, I told you a while back there that this is going to be, I'm going to stop flapping my gums. So I am going to actually stop flapping my gums now and go inside and do some editing. So anyways, you guys have a good night. We'll talk at you tomorrow, hopefully. It'll be pretty swamped busy, so I don't know, but what's going to happen. But as far as I know, I got nothing else really planned. Like, you know, doing stuff like I normally do, so I never know what we're going to get into. I didn't actually plan on doing this today, so we ended up doing this today. After I checked the level and it was right down to nothing, I'm like, well, that's not so good, but still down to nothing. So like you're saying, I have to do some research on that. Maybe I got to add another liter or something, or maybe that's right. I don't know. Thought I had a digital copy of a manual for this thing. I think it was more like a shop service manual, so it goes into all the small stuff, like right into the wiring diagrams and all that crap and stuff I don't understand. But anyways, that is it for today. Thanks again for watching. We'll maybe check you out tomorrow and see what we're up to. But anyways, have a good day. Thanks for watching. Oh yeah, there's the big splotch. Was drooling on my driveway for a wee while there, eh? So hopefully we got her this time. Hopefully we got her. But anyways, have a good night.